2026 is shaping up to be one of the biggest years ever for the Chicago suburb. From Naperville to Schaumburg, the suburbs are transforming faster than anyone expected. The next wave of massive development is already underway, and it's going to redefine how and where people want to live here in the Chicago suburbs. I've been showing homes to families across the Chicagoland area for years, and I've got to tell you guys, I've identified exactly which developments will not boost property values but completely transform how you live in these communities. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down everything new and coming to the Chicago suburbs in 2026, so let's dive in. Did you know that some Chicago suburbs are seeing more investment right now than at any point in the last 30 years? We are literally in the middle of a suburban renaissance that's changing what suburban living is going to look like in the future. And now, before I jump into all these incredible developments, let me give you some quick background. This massive growth is happening because of three big things. First, we've got record investment from developers who see huge potential in our suburbs. Second, more and more people are leaving downtown Chicago looking for space and better value. And third, there's this demand for mixed-use communities where you can walk to restaurants, shops, and entertainment without giving up that suburban lifestyle. And speaking of value, when we get to the infrastructure section later, I'm going to show you the transit projects that smart investors are watching right now, and projects that could meaningfully boost property values in certain corridors over the next decade. But I'm getting ahead of myself. The latest data from Illinois Realtor shows that the Chicago metro area is going super strong, with home sales up 5.6% compared to last year. The median price has jumped 2.9% to $360,000 based off all the different counties in the area. But here's the reality we need to talk about. Inventory is still tight, with a 6.4% drop in available homes from last year. The supply issue is driving prices up, with experts projecting home prices to finish 2025 about 5% higher than 2024. This market backdrop is absolutely critical for anyone looking to position themselves in Chicago's suburbs market right now. For home buyers and investors alike, understanding these fundamentals helps you spot which communities are primed for growth. And speaking of communities that are leveling up, let's start with a suburban powerhouse that's about to get even stronger. But first, I'm Brandon.blankenship, a Chicagoland realtor helping people like you move in and around the Chicago suburbs. And I want to be your real estate resource for when the time comes. And all you have to do is head to the description down below and shoot me an email or hit the link so we can find a time to connect about your real estate goals. But would you believe that Naperville's newest development is being called the suburban Fulton Market by some local real estate insiders? That's the kind of urban amenities coming to what used to be just another suburb shopping center. This area is absolutely leveling up again with new apartments, retail, and those gorgeous riverfront upgrades. If you've been to Naperville lately, you know it's already an awesome spot for dining and shopping with that beautiful Riverwalk. But what's coming in 2026 takes things to a whole new level. Let's start with Block 59 at Westridge Court. This is a $53 million project transforming the shopping center into a next-gen dining and entertainment district. I walked through the property last week and around the area, and I've got to tell you, the progress is absolutely impressive. And here's what makes Block 59 so special. It's creating this super charming open-air plaza with high-end restaurants and entertainment spots that'll completely change the area. Some of the confirmed places that have opened or are opening include Cava, Velvet Taco, Roots Chris Steakhouse, and a Yard House. Naperville's current median sales price is sitting right around $575,000, and with that being said, I can see Naperville continue to be on the rise when it comes to the housing prices. Another big project to watch is the 5th Avenue redevelopment near the metro station. Following a study by ULI Chicago that presented recommendations in September 2025, the city exploring next steps for this transit-oriented development that would bring new housing, retail, and community spaces with better transit connections. What's happening in Naperville matters for both residents and investors because it represents the gold standard of suburban evolution. For families looking for the perfect balance of amenities, community feel, and future-proof living, these developments are creating exactly that sweet spot. And this model is inspiring similar projects throughout the region, including our next stop that's reimagining what a shopping mall can become. Imagine watching a huge wave of investment transform your neighborhood practically overnight. That's exactly what's happening right now for homeowners near Yorktown Mall in Lombard. And you guys, while Naperville keeps evolving, Lombard is going through an absolutely amazing transformation around Yorktown Mall. This is a perfect example of how suburban malls are being reinvented for the 2020s. The centerpiece is Yorktown Reserve at the old Carson store site. This project covers over 12 acres with 600 plus luxury apartments, more than an acre of park space, plus new places to eat and shop. Construction kicked off in summer of 2024, with completion expected in spring 2026 for phase 1. And quick question, would you rather pay premium prices in an established established area or get in an early on in an emerging neighborhood. The price gap between established Lombard and up-and-coming Sugar Grove is creating a fascinating choice for buyers right now in the market. I'll show you exactly how savvy investors are weighing this trade-off when we explore emerging growth corridors later in this video. You'll be surprised which option offers better long-term value as well. The Summit at Yorktown is adding 90 new townhomes with prices starting just under $475,000, and what I love most about this development is the square at Yorktown, which will be this super charming community park with a kids play area, entertainment stage, dog park, and fitness area. The Yorktown transformation isn't just adding new buildings, it's creating an entirely new lifestyle hub that's revitalizing the surrounding neighborhoods. For homeowners within a mile radius, this means potentially significant appreciation as proximity to walkable amenities becomes increasingly valuable. This same transformation is happening in our next destination, but with an even more luxury-focused approach. So what happens when a premier luxury shopping destination decides to let people actually live there? Old Orchard's mall transformation is creating what might be the ultimate high-end suburban experience, and it's happening right now. Now, let's talk about Skokie, where Westfield Old Orchard Mall's redevelopment got approved by the Skokie Village Board on December of 2024. This is another example of a suburban mall evolving into a luxury mixed-use hub. The $100 million project has two phases, with phase one adding over 400 apartments in 5 and 7-story buildings, plus 16,000 square feet of street-level retail, with opening phases scheduled for 2026. And here's what most people don't realize about Old Orchard. It's already been transforming since 2022, and more than 20 new or expanded restaurant and retail concepts included luxury brands like Louis Vuitton, along with popular spots like Bar Sienna and Alo Yoga. The second phase will add another 200 plus units and potentially a 200-key hotel, plus a new parking garage. Altogether, we're talking about more than 600 apartment homes across both phases, with 3.5% of units set aside as affordable housing for renters earning 60 to 80% of the area's median income. And what's absolutely incredible about the Old Orchard redevelopment is how it creates a new public common area and event space. I recently had some clients make that transition from downtown Chicago to Skokie specifically because they want to be near this evolving area with high-end amenities within walking distance. The Old Orchard transformation represents a premium approach to suburban living that blends luxury retail with residential convenience. But not all exciting developments are focused on shopping. Our next suburb is centering its transformation around a world-class attraction that families absolutely love. How many suburbs can say they have a 235-acre wildlife paradise as their centerpiece attraction? Brookfield is leveraging its most unique asset in a $500 million transformation that's unlike anything else in the Chicago area. And what's absolutely incredible about this transformation is how it's creating this perfect blend of nature, education, and family-friendly living that you just can't find anywhere else in the Chicagoland area. The zoo is in the middle of a $500 million next century plan that will reimagine nearly half of its 235-acre footprint by 2034. The first phase, the Bramson Tropical Forest, is set to open in 2025 and features 4 new areas for apes and monkeys from South America, Asia, and Africa. The zoo is also developing a wildlife discovery zone with new habitats at the former bear grottos, featuring sloth bears, sun bears, wolverines, and red pandas, plus a permanent butterfly house that will be open year-round. And beyond the zoo, downtown Brookfield is adding new condos, infrastructure upgrades, and those super charming pedestrian improvements that are making this historic village center more vibrant and walkable. The median home price in Brookfield is $348,000, up 0.1% from last year, and truthfully, Brookfield offers a hidden gem for homebuyers looking for value. The combination of a world-class attraction, charming downtown, and relatively affordable housing compared to other suburbs makes it worth a serious look if you're in the market for a new home. And now let's look at a community that's completely reimagining what a suburban area can be from the ground up. Would you believe that Schaumburg is building what amounts to an entirely new urban downtown from scratch on the site of an old corporate campus? The ambition of the Viridian redevelopment might be the boldest bet any Chicago suburb is making right now. The centerpiece is the district at Viridian, a $195 million redevelopment of the former Motorola campus. This massive 322-acre site has the potential for up to 3.3 million square feet of office space space and over 200,000 square feet of retail when fully developed. Phase 1 broke ground in September 2025, and let me tell you guys, it's going to be a game changer with that gorgeous 9-story mixed-use building featuring 321 luxury apartment homes and more than 55,000 square feet of retail space with the Fresh Market as its anchor. The retail portion should open in fall 2026, with apartments following in 2027. And I've got to tell you, Schaumburg's real estate market is absolutely on fire right now. The median sales price is $342,000, which is up a massive 15.9% from last year. Homes are getting an average of 5 offers and nearly 38% are selling above list price. Another major addition to Schaumburg is the Lurie's Children's Hospital Outpatient Center, which officially opened on September 30th, 2025. This 75,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility consolidates services from former locations in Arlington Heights, Hoffman Estates, and Huntley. The Viridian development represents a bold reimagining of what suburban downtowns can be. For homebuyers seeking urban amenities without the density and cost of city living, Schaumburg is creating exactly that sweet spot. But while established suburbs get most of the attention, some of the most interesting opportunities are happening further out in emerging corridors where smart investors are looking right now. Did you know there's a 760-acre development that's basically creating an entire new community with everything from homes to offices to data centers just 45 miles from downtown Chicago? This is the scale of what's happening in Sugar Grove right now, and most buyers have no idea. The Grove development in Sugar Grove is transforming 760 acres with a mix of residential, commercial, and recreational facilities. Construction began in August 2025 after being approved by the Sugar Grove Village Board in September 2024. This project will add approximately 1,400 homes, including single-family houses, townhomes, and active adult neighborhoods, with the first homes completed in 2026. The median home price in Sugar Grove is currently $440,000, up slightly by 1.1% from last year. And if you're considering Naperville, you should absolutely check out Sugar Grove as well. For the same exact price point, you could get significantly more square footage, upgraded finishes, and roughly the same amenities as well. And moving to Geneva, construction is underway at the Roosevelt, a 3-story mixed-use building in the downtown area near the Fox River. This project features 14 luxury apartments above 8,600 square feet of ground floor retail space, with completion expected by November 2026. The median sales price in Geneva is $533,000, up a solid 8.4% from last year, with homes spending just 37 days on market on average. And heading south to Lockport, we've got Sadie Ridge by MI Homes and 128 townhomes with pre-sales beginning in fall 2025, and townhomes priced starting just at right below $373,000. These emerging corridors represent the frontier of suburban growth, offering different advantages for different buyers. And for families seeking new construction with modern amenities at more accessible price points, these areas provide exceptional value. The key to making all these communities work, though, is the massive infrastructure investment happening throughout the region that most people don't even know about. Here's a number that might shock you: $1.3 billion, and that's how much is being invested in Will County infrastructure alone over the next 5 years. But it's what this means for property values that's truly a game changer. In Will County, IDOT is planning to invest more than $1.3 billion in projects between 2026 and 2031, with over $392 million scheduled for 2026 alone for road reconstruction, bridge repairs, and utility upgrades. And here's a major game changer: the CTA Red Line extension is finally happening, with groundbreaking expected in early 2026. This 5.5-mile extension will run from 95th Street to 130th Street, adding 4 new stations and providing a direct connection to the southern suburb. I had clients recently move to the south suburbs specifically because they think property values will rise once this transit extension is complete. They're playing the long game, and I'll be super transparent with you. I think that's an absolutely smart strategy, given how transit access typically provides meaningful boosts to property values when completed. In terms of innovation, we're seeing the groundbreaking of the Illinois Quantum and Microelectronics Park on the former US Steel Southworks site. This massive project represents a $500 million state investment in a first-of-its-kind quantum technology and microelectronics innovation campus. And what most people don't realize is how these infrastructure and innovation projects build long-term economic engines beyond just housing. They create jobs, attract businesses, and establish the foundation for sustained growth over decades and not just years. These infrastructure investments are literally paving the way for suburban transformation. And for homebuyers with long-term horizons, proximity to these improvements could mean substantial appreciation over time. Now, let's tie everything together and see what this all means for different types of buyers and homeowners. The billions in development we've just explored is fundamentally redefining what suburban living means in the Chicagoland area. And understanding this shift could mean the difference between average and exceptional returns on your biggest investment yet. First off, we're seeing a fundamental shift in how suburbs are designed and experienced. The traditional model of car-dependent, single-use suburban development is giving way to mixed-use, walkable, tech-integrated communities that offer many of the benefits of urban living without sacrificing space, schools, or safety. For current homeowners, these developments will likely have a positive impact on how property values, especially if you're within a reasonable distance of these new amenity-rich centers. And I've got to tell you, I'm seeing increased buyer interest for homes in these areas where these developments are taking shape. For potential buyers, 2026 represents a unique opportunity to get in the ground floor of this transformation. While property values in many suburbs are already rising, there's still significant upside potential as these projects come online and create new demand. And for investors, these suburban transformations offer absolutely incredible possibilities, and the growth trajectory for Chicago suburbs looks stronger through the end of the decade than at any point in the last 30 years. But beyond the money stuff, what's most exciting to me is how these developments are creating more vibrant, connected, and sustainable communities. Many people who make the move from downtown Chicago to these evolving suburbs find they build stronger neighborhood connections than they ever did in high-rise living. You might meet more neighbors in 3 months in these community-focused developments than you would in the 5 years downtown. This massive wave of development creates specific opportunities for every buyer. For young families, these emerging mixed-use communities offer unprecedented convenience with top-rated schools. For empty nesters, the walkable, low-maintenance options near vibrant downtown centers provide the perfect downsizing solution without sacrificing lifestyle. And for investors, the clear trajectory of suburban evolution points to potentially strong returns in strategically located properties. So there you have it. Chicago suburbs are so much more than places to live. They're becoming destinations in their own right. These billions in transformations are creating a once-in-a-generation buying opportunities that won't last forever. And if you're thinking about positioning yourself in near one of these game-changing developments, now's the time to make your move, whether it be next week or next year, before prices catch up to these amenities. And my team and I would absolutely love the opportunity to serve you with your real estate goals. Just shoot me an email or click the link in the description down below to get connected with me. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video.